I would imagine this has to be a unanimous decision by the Supreme Court. They have to take it, in my view. Your thoughts?
I think it'll clarify a lot of confusion amongst the states, amongst these rogue people like the woman we see in Maine who's not even a lawyer, who thinks she can find some obscure section of some statute and apply it to a former president. He has not been charged with insurrection. He has not been prosecuted for it. He has not been found guilty of it. Insurrection under the 14th Amendment, let's not forget, Sean, was to prevent people from a war who were pro-slavery, who were anti-American from taking office. That is not this. He has never been charged for it. Due process still, I would like to think, exists in this country. I think it should be a slam dunk in the Supreme Court. I have faith in them. You know, people like Kavanaugh, who the president fought for, who the president went through hell to get into place. He'll step up. Those people will step up, not because they're pro-Trump, but because they're pro-law.
If it was that obvious, then I don't think you'd need to point out the relationship between Brett Kavanaugh, how he got on the court, and Donald Trump. That is, again, evidence that she has been well trained by Donald Trump in the school of just saying it out loud. Just say the thing. Quid pro quo. We put him on there. He'll save us or whatever. I don't even think that it has to be that. Again, I have made the case that I think there is some ambiguity that the Supreme Court could hide behind. But she, I guess maybe just to appeal to Donald Trump, has to frame it in mob boss terms. You know, we helped him out, so we'll help her out. And I also appreciated along the way, before she got to the quid pro quo is awesome stuff, she talked about how the Secretary of State of Maine used some obscure section of some statute. It's the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. It's not obscure. It's like a couple pages long. It's you can find it online. It's pretty easy to find, actually. But also, I want to give her credit, Alina Habba, because in that, she slipped in a better explainer and understanding of the cause of the Civil War than Nikki Haley has yet been able to muster. Brett, what do you think?
Yeah, that was amazing. And she doesn't realize that what she said does really apply to Donald Trump's insurrection. Like, if these are the people who thinks that the rules of America are bad for their own personal interests, no matter how unfair it is to human citizens of America. And so they thought that the voting process didn't serve their own interests. And so they wanted to get rid of it. They wanted to have a different president. What's different? There's no difference really between that and Jefferson Davis in that scenario. They wanted Jefferson Davis instead of Abraham Lincoln, and these guys wanted Donald Trump instead of Joe Biden. And so they stormed the Capitol violently to stop America from America-ing. That is your own definition. That's your own legal framework, you idiot.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious at this point. Again, I think that there are a lot of interesting political and judicial legislative questions here. It could end up being like a unanimous thing. I don't know. But if it isn't, and especially if it's close, yeah, I think we should worry about Brett Kavanaugh. I think we should worry about Clarence Thomas being, potentially corrupted by his relationship with Ginny Thomas. I think that there's concern there. These people have made it indisputable that you cannot simply accept it because somebody is a lawyer, somebody's a judge. They're impartial in any way. They seem more likely to be clowns at this point.
Well, everyone knows that the lawyer's job is to advocate for their clients within the bounds of the law and make arguments.
Yeah,
that's what she does. I mean, if anyone's like, well, she's hot, so she must be smart. And she isn't saying I'm in the bag for Donald Trump. Yeah, obviously she's presenting her arguments as though they're true, not biased. That's how lawyers roll.
I don't know. All that I know about lawyers I learned from Suits, and they didn't really focus on that yet.